Hello, hello. Please take a seat. Good morning. My name is Ion. Can you tell me your full name, please? My name is Anastasia. Where are you from? I am from Athens, Greece. Can I see your identification, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself, okay? Let's talk about learning a language. How did you learn the languages that you know well? I started going to an English language school when I was 8. As a matter of fact, most children start learning a foreign language around that date is my country. Okay. Why do people learn more than one language? Obviously, with so much competition in the workplace, a second or third language can be an ad- advantage when looking for a job also. By learning foreign languages, communication with people from other countries is made easier, right. Do you think that all children should be taught foreign languages? At school, according to my opinion, yes, they should, because not all families have the resources to send their children to a private language school or get a private tutor, and this would be fairer for all children regardless of the background. Let's move on to talk about the media. Do you read any newspapers or magazines? Actually, I don't read any newspapers. I usually keep up to date with current affairs by watching the news on TV or listening to radio. I do like to read fashion magazines once in a while, though, to find out about the last fashions, right? And what kind of articles do you find the most interesting? Most of the articles in fashion magazines interest me, but I especially like those about health and nutrition, or fashion and beauty. Also, I find articles about celebrities' lives appealing. Well, you might find this a bit silly, but I like to read the celebrity gossip too. And how about advertising? Do you enjoy watching the adverts on television generally? I don't enjoy to watch ads, and I get annoyed when the program that I am watching is interrupted, even though advertisements inform you about new products. I'm really not interested, and I often find them boring. I have to admit, though, that some are very clever and funny. Funny, those I don't mind. Uh, IELTS academic speaking test. Part two. No, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. And before your talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? Yes. So here is some paper and pencil for making notes, and here is your topic. Okay, right. I'd like you to describe a website that you often use. All right. Thank you. You're ready. Okay. So remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. So don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time's up. Can you start speaking now, please? Actually, I use a lot of websites, especially social networking sites, but I'd say that the one that I use the most is Facebook. I've been using it since I was 14, and that's about 8 years now, and I find it fascinating. All my friends started using Facebook at that time, and so did I. It was in the it was the I it was the in thing to do then, but I don't regret it. It's a great way to see what my friends are up to, especially the ones who have moved to abroad. I can also chat into close relatives that I can see every day. The fact that Facebook is interactive makes it far more personal than sending an email. I love the fact that my friends are right there and I can speak to them at any time and see them too. Now, if I use the video and that video chat, what I enjoy the most, though, is when somebody posts something funny or unusual that makes me laugh. It is fun writing comments about their posts too. As a matter of fact, I don't think I could live without Facebook. All right, Facebook. All right. Thank you. IELTS Academic Speaking Test Part 3. We've been talking about websites on the internet. I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions relating to this topic. First, let's consider safety online. What are some of the dangers associated with using the internet? There are so many dangers for both adults and children, and they are everywhere. Social networking can easily cause problems to anyone. Children can easily be exposed to inappropriate material on some sites that contain violence or have sexual references, which is not good. Also, young adults post videos or images of themselves or their friends, for example, drinking alcohol or using drugs, and that this may cause problems. The most common danger, I think, is cyberbullying, and there have been many victims of this. And do you think children and young people are likely to be more vulnerable to these dangers? Well, at the dates, they are quite naive and don't think for the danger that they are more likely to believe what they hear or see without really questioning it. For example, if they are chatting to somebody who pretends to be a good person and asks them to meet up somewhere, it could have unpredictable consequences if that person is not who he says he really is. Do you think parents can do something to protect their children from these threats? Certainly, parents can do many different things to make sure their children are okay. First of all, parental supervision is a must. Parents should put the computer in a common area in in their home and put in their children and not in the children's bedroom. Then they can keep an eye on the children's online activities. Also, parents should talk to their children and explain them the dangers associated with the internet, and so that way, the kids will know of what to do or what not to do. Oh, another thing that is that parents must have a good relationship with their children and encourage them to mention anything strange or unusual to them. Another solution would be to block certain sites or perhaps not allow children in the internet until they are old enough to understand the dangers. So you think children should not be allowed to use the internet then? What I mean was that the children need to be aware about the dangers, as I said before, and if parents give them some valuable advice, such as not to share internet passwords with anyone, not to respond to rude messages, not to post inappropriate photos, and things like that, then there won't be any problem. Of course, parents must always know what their children are doing. So, do you think that there is more to expect from the internet, or do you feel it has reached its full potential? Well, of the opinion that the internet still has a long way to go. I don't know exactly what else there is to come, but I'm sure and there's still much more to be expected since it is its beginning. We have seen so many advances. It continues to grow with the greater amounts of online information and entertainment and the social networking. It will be years, if ever before, if ever before it reaches its full potential. I think yes. Okay. Thank you very much. So that is the end of the test. Thank you. Goodbye.